Okay, folks, it's time. We're here. I'm here. And I'm going to say welcome, everybody. But I am a little concerned because I'm watching my feed from across the room. So I'm going to go real slow because I'm still stalled out on the soup. So please let me know. Stephanie, I see you're there. And I know. Okay, boom. It's kicking on across the room. Phew. Once again, I believe we have, hopefully, let's knock on a little wood today on the wooden sewing case, overcome some technical challenges. We're constantly experimenting here at Sew Well and or Stitchin Heaven's YouTube channel. Today, this is a live show. If you've just popped onto the internet somehow on YouTube and you've stumbled across this awesome quilting channel, welcome. My name is Rob Appell. I'm a quilt maker. I'm an artist, a presenter for Stitchin Heaven out in Quitman, Texas. I'm at home in my lovely home studio right now, and we've got a bunch of fun things to talk about today. I see everything's happening. This is great. I see everyone's enjoying the comments, so welcome everybody. Please feel free to chat amongst yourselves. I want to say hello to our 65,000 plus subscribers out there. If you are not currently a subscriber, I will encourage you to do so, please. And not only subscribe, but remember, folks, we're growing this channel here on YouTube. We're growing the brand, and we really want to hit and or find the new quilters out there. We have so much to offer at Stitchin Heaven in regards to classes and travel and education and fun kits and things that we'd love to be considered their local online quilting resource if necessary. So at any rate, make sure you're sharing the love and the passion for quilting we have at Stitchin Heaven with all your friends out there. I guess I'm also slightly distracted here with the monitor. I'm feeling like the new Carefree quilting shirts in gray is making me look extra gray as well. And those of you who are watching that are close and know, I threw my back out like 2 days ago and oh my goodness, I'm moving around like this right now. And for all of you out there that struggle constantly with chronic pain, oh, I'm so sorry for you. I'm 2 days in and I think that the world has come to an end. So anyways, we'll go pretty quick today because I want to go lay back down and whine about it basically. Not mostly the back, the gray hair I think is what it is. So anyways, folks, I'm glad you're here. We also have a Facebook page. I did finally update the screen as I promised. Look at that. We actually had 200 people in the last few days join the group. We've got a wonderful private group, and all you have to do is get through me, the gatekeeper, and I'll let you in. That's on Facebook. It's Sew Well, Rob Appell, and having a lot of fun out there. We're glad that you're all joining along. I have links up in today's description for you if I'm going too quick over something, like when I talk about this epic quilt here on the table or whatnot. There should be all the information you need below in the description, so that's there for you as we get started with our announcements. And I realize, oh, I probably don't actually have this one in the description. It's pretty new. We just did this last week. Bonnie Hunter Mystery Quilt is coming up. She releases the colors on Halloween. And this is your best way to reserve a quilt kit from us in Stitchin Heaven there. For $20 is the deposit. I want to make sure I say that straight. That's not the kit cost, that's the deposit. You get that in, and we'll make sure we get you taken care of and get one of the Bonnie Hunter quilt kits. Super fun mystery quilt every year. I know many of you sew along with this group, and it's just super fun that way. That is awesome. And also would like to invite you to our December 5, 6, and 7 Sewing Expo right there in the warehouse, Quitman, Texas. We're going to have a bunch of wonderful vendors coming, and you can meet directly with some of the designers, some of the sales managers, some of the color pickers. You can do all kinds of neat stuff, kind of get behind the scenes. When I say color pickers, we're often having folks there that are like maybe testing the market on new fabrics or maybe new chair coverings for Arrow or something like that. So it's a really fun. You'll want to be a part of that. You can sign up. You can get tickets while they are still available. That's all on our website, stitchinheaven.com. And again, Expo is an all day long event. Each day we have different presenters. So I would encourage you to sign up for all 3 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's going to be awesome. We also have the New Year's Day sew along coming up. So if you go right now to the website, although I believe today's the 18th, I'm not sure if you've missed it. If you don't have your pre-cut kit, it may be too late, folks. You may have missed it, but you can still try if you want to get a pre-cut quilt kit for the New Year's Day mystery sew along. That'll be happening on New Year's Day, January 1st. Now, you do not need a quilt kit to sew along. It's a free sew along. It happens right here on YouTube. It happens right here live, and that's why I've been testing some of the technology and the trailers and different things like that. So at any rate, it'll be myself and Tiffany Hayes, who has a serious passion for precision, and she's got also her shirt. We like to do the pre-cut quilt kit. So in order to guarantee we can do a pre-cut quilt kit for you, we needed you to order, I'm going to say by today. So we're making all the quilt kits. They go into the queue, they go into order. It doesn't mean you can't order a quilt kit. It just means I can't guarantee they'll be pre-cut. And again, if you're a stash burner and you want to work out of your stash, well, either way, kit or stash, you do need to sign up for with your email. That's the way you win prizes. That's the way you get your soup recipe. That's the way you get the supply list and or homework if you want to work out of your stash. If you're getting a kit, you have no homework. That's the benefit of the kit. I think that makes sense. But if not, here you go.
Hey
guys, it's Rob Appell and Tiffany Hayes here, getting ready for the New Year's Day mystery quilt along. And here's what you need to do. StitchinHeaven.com, sign up with your email address. You'll get your supply list, your soup recipe, and you must order your pre-cut quilt kit by October 18th if you want to participate with Tiffany's beautiful batiks or my perfect patriotic picks.
But you can use your stash. You don't have to have a pre-cut kit. But if you need that pre-cut kit, make sure you order it by October 18th.
Get your orders in, sign up with that email, and we will see you on January 1st, 2025. So it is a lot of fun. This will be the third year that Tiffany and I are teaching together, and we really encourage you, like I said, to just join along, sew with us for free, kit or not, shirt or not, just have a blast. It's a great way to sew as a community together. We have a couple of, oh, this is even really fun here too. I have put up the tutorial last week, or excuse me, the video. It wasn't a tutorial, but I believe I forgot to put up the thumbnail. So 2 weeks ago on Wednesday, we put up the best quilting retreat ever. Many of you watching along today are having cameos in that. This last week, we did back to Arabella. We're on block number 9, and that was these wonderful flying geese. Really fun. So even if you're not doing Arabella and you want some fun tricks on how to build flying geese blocks, lots of them in multiples and whatnot, that was this week's tutorial, and we're all but wrapped up with Arabella. We have a few more months of sewing to do, but I want to remind you that we now have Arabella doing it again for another year, especially because we have the videos and all of the wonderful fabrics from Wing and a Prayer Designs and Timeless Treasures. So you can sign up, you can get an Arabella kit. It is also a pre-cut kit, which means you have the parts and pieces you need at their base starting place. So on something like these, you would actually have received in your kit, this is the way that Wing and a Prayer does it, is this is a large triangle and you sew on the 2 small triangles. So this is like a no waste flying geese. I know some of us will even do them 4 at a time flying geese. There's a lot of different ways to do so many of these same units. That's one of the things I love about teaching quilting, is a lot of times we can just approach it differently as we go. And funny, I didn't even mean to make that segue, but if you can see here, I've already taken the picture, although I haven't done much more with the studio because they're still on the wall in just a slightly different format. But yes, the last couple of days, I've been working on a square in a square tutorial. That'll be 2 Wednesdays from now. Next Wednesday will be the quilt show recap, and I'm going to show you a couple little sneak peeks of that. But yes, I get a lot of requests of what to do and how to do a square in a square. So if you look closely over here on, let's go to the side cam. I've got several different examples up on the wall, and I'm hoping that this will help all of you. So I know this is about a week away, but I think you'll really enjoy it. So the video starts with the easy square and the squares made out of strips. And then we deal with the square in a square here. I call this the diamond in a square, but the way they go together right here to make a very fun and simple kind of pinwheel pattern. Up here, if you add in flying geese, you can see here it starts to do a tumbling blocks pattern. And then I found this is really fun here. Let's try maybe the overhead will make sense. This here is just a printout. I was working on my computer, and you can see here where I created up the tumbling blocks by shifting different pieces around, but I was also playing in the square in a square, and here in black and white, it really looks to me like a chain link. So that's what I tried to do here with these rows, and I think these would be really, really fun borders. So I even show you how, not that it's not pretty obvious, but I do show you how to do those in the tutorial coming up as well. So I think you're going to dig that. That's a lot of fun. as well. So I just think it's fun for these Fridays for a lot of you to get to be in a little closer, almost a behind the scenes of what I'm working on and how I'm getting there. We've been talking a lot about this wonderful quilt here on the table. Let's go back to that overhead. This is called Epic. Several of you last week that were watching the in studio in Texas, this was on the back wall. And this is a block of the month that starts in January. It is designed by Charisma Horton, but it does use my fabrics there. These are all of the new and newer worlds fabrics. And folks, one of the reasons I encourage you to subscribe and I encourage you to listen along and be part of every Friday Live is just yesterday I found out from our kitting department, because I hadn't been paying much attention, the first discontinue. I can't believe it already. Look at this. This one right here, the orange circle, Murietis, right there in orange, that's from New Worlds. It's been discontinued already, but that's probably because this Eden in persimmon is so very close. You can probably even see it there on the wide camera. You can see those oranges are very close. But yes, if you are a Rob Appell fabric fan, and who wouldn't be, right? If you can find the orange in the circle print, don't leave it behind. This is it. I can no longer get it from Benartex, so I'm going to hoard my little roll here, and you all enjoy what you have of yours. If you can find it, grab it. I think our kitting department might be out of it, so I'm not sure if it's also online at stitchinheaven.com in our regular shop. I haven't checked. All I'm saying is grab it while you can. And back to Epic. Here's that advertisement I just love to play for you all. Hello, quilt makers. I'm Rob Appell from Stitchin Heaven out in Quitman, Texas, and I am super excited to invite you all to join me for this quilt block of the month that is going to be of epic proportion. That's right. Starting January 2025, we will start sending you all the pattern pages you need for Epic, this awesome 12-month block of the month program designed by my dear friend Charisma Horton. Even better, it uses all of my new and newer worlds fabrics by Benartex. Plus, I'm creating an entire video series where I will teach you each month how to make the blocks you need to put together this incredible quilt. Make sure you sign up today for Epic. All right, huh? All right, so I went over and did a little tech check as well. It feels like things are jumpy today, but I'm not going to worry too much about them. I'm just going to keep moving through the show because that's what I love to do. If you didn't find out or if you didn't see this last week, folks, that's right. Anita is back. So our Stitchin Heaven Live has our wonderful host, Anita. If you remember Anita from Coffee with Anita, she's back on the first and third Tuesday. So it's kind of a fun, it's more of an exclusive shopping experience. So we have our Stitchin Heaven Live. You can shop right there online with Anita. Lots of fun product. But what Anita's going to do is she's going to pick certain things and bring them to you in curation, and maybe not all the time, like I said, but once or twice a month, unless we're having a special something going on. So yeah, the first and third Tuesday evenings, it's really fun. I think she did an amazing job on her first run. I can only imagine how much better these are going to get. You know, she's a great, great presenter, and I just love having her on the team. So I'm welcome back, Anita. That's awesome. And speaking of the Epic, a few minutes ago here, I was out in the park having a good old time, like I said, and was able to get this wonderful shot. This is a Carl Sass trick, taking photos of your quilts in the sunlight. Love that opportunity to share that with you. And in case you didn't know, we also have a wonderful program coming up.
Hey everyone, Merry Christmas. Here we are, getting ready for the holiday season already. I have a brand new quilt kit I'm super excited to share with you that I got to design here for Stitchin Heaven. It's called Picture a Christmas, and it's like an Advent style project. And so you'll like open an envelope every day during Christmas. And I wanted to give you a little bit of a sneak peek of one of the blocks. I'm super excited about it. This is really fun to design. This is pre-fused laser applique, and the rest of the quilt will all be completely pre-cut for you, even the parts that we just piece. We want to make sure that you get your orders in to participate with us. You need to order by October 31st. So by Halloween, you need to have this ordered, and it will be delivered to you in November so that we can all start together in December. So I hope you'll join me. I'm really excited about it, and we'll see you here at Stitchin Heaven.
All right. It looks like we might be having, oh, there's the other cameras back. Good. Come on. Come on. You know what it was is I was talking about how we weren't going to have any tech issues earlier, and now I feel like I'm always having a tech issue. But nonetheless, isn't that cute from Abby? Now, listen, folks, you can sign up for that Advent calendar, the block of the day, still on our website, stitchinheaven.com. She was showing those off on First Saturday when I was there last week. Oh, boy, it was so cute. So anyways, you want to do that. You want to check that out. It's a really fun sew-along project. And you can see that's something, you know, we set a goal this year to really make sure we tried to reach more of our community. We tried to do more things to strive. We understood how many of you were participating in our cruise events, our Land Ahoy events, our retreats, of course, the Expo, the virtual sew-alongs, the mystery sew-alongs, things like this. And it just really means the world to us, you know, and we want to make sure that we can do more and more of these things. So that's why we're building out our team as such. And it's so great to see you all participating. I want to jump into the grateful list. If it's your first time on a live show, folks, I like to do a little grateful list. Sometimes it's a way to tie in some of the announcements. Sometimes it's just a way for me to brag and share what's been going on. But usually, in most days, it's just a way for me to remind myself of the importance of working with my hands, the blessings of the fact that I get to be a professional quilt maker and presenter. And I just feel like starting off each day and reminding myself of the blessings can really get off to a good start. And I was whining about my back hurting this morning, and so yeah, for an example, I took some pretty good muscle relaxer and a painkiller last night before I went to bed, and I slept really well, but it wore off by the time I woke up. So I was pretty grateful after breakfast when I had a few more Advil and it started to settle in so that I was able to stand here and do my thing today. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, not every time when you wake up are you always grateful, of course, but I think if you can find ways to be grateful, it helps set a great pace. So if you'd like to be grateful, go ahead and put in what you're grateful for as you go through here today as well. It's always fun to see what you're also out there grateful for. I don't know if I told you, you still can sign up. I saw someone saying how much they enjoyed the Epic. It's a beautiful design. Yeah, folks, you can sign up for Epic on Stitchin Heaven's website under Block of the Month, and those will start to ship out in January for everybody. Okay, here we go with my personal grateful list. One of the ones that I often use. Funny enough, it was also first of last week's, but I've changed out the photograph of old pals. Last week it was my friend Anita and I having coffee. This week it is Shelby and Winston. So Shelby is a rental dog. Shelby is the dog that my son, oh, I wonder if Shelby's going to get in trouble for this. She's not supposed to be on the couch at her own house, but she comes over with my son when he's dog sitting her, and she sits on the couch, and Winston, our little chihuahua there, loves her, and I thought that was pretty great. So anyways, yes, that's old pals getting back together over the last few days. And I'm sure you're concerned, folks, and maybe I should just keep you on the edge of your seats all a little bit longer here. Over crafting. Am I over crafting, or is that a common needed situation? Have I over crafted? Yeah, it's not a great photo. Maybe I'll just grab it real quick while it's stalling out. This thing's like, oh man, it hurts to walk, doesn't it? I have over crafted. That's what I mean. I have, you know, I've got a bit of a thing with my hands. I can't hold still very often with my hands. And so, yeah, I have over crafted my knitting sticks. I have kinked them and bent them and twisted them up. And I think this is the pair that I got at the Seventh-day Adventist second-hand store on one of my trips. Where was I? Oh. Anyways, hey, I think I've gotten my $1.50's worth out of these knitting needles. Made several of wonderful beanies, but yeah, those things are done. I have another pair already. So yes, I have over crafted myself. Pretty funny there. Okay. So I thought, anyways, you get a kick out of that. And improved technique. Yes, folks, that comes to me from tattooing. You know, I like to do some tattooing on the nights and the weekends. I'm a licensed tattoo artist. And so here is a fun shot of Miss Mary. We also call her Grandma, and her official granddaughter. She brought 4 of them over to receive matching tattoos, all 5 of them. Super fun week that was. And then here, when I say improved technique, this is one of my favorite tattoos that I did over the last few months. It's got a whip shading that is often done with black to get a black and gray effect, but we didn't want to overfill the red of the red pincushion. So we used a whip shading in all red, and I really, really like the effect of that. So that was really fun, and that's just one of my personal brags. But if you're not aware, I do a lot of other art forms. I think I want to start now welding. That's the next thing I might get into in the next couple of years. Like knitting, like woodworking with the guitars, like learning to tattoo, whatever it is. I love working with my hands. I think that brings a lot of wellness to me. I know it does. And so at any rate, yeah, I'm just constantly doing new stuff, and I love learning and I love improving and working that way. Anyway, and last but definitely not least is laundry day, of course. And when I say laundry day, I don't mean it was laundry day. I mean it was the day of the quilt show over the weekend, and we hung out some wonderful quilts. So I've got some clips to play those wonderful things if it would play. Oh man, I just love watching quilts blow outside hanging from the trees, hanging over the fence railings. Just such a neat time. Of course, I've got some stills for you. There's me with my eyes closed, thinking it was going to be a good selfie. This one, I love these kinds of shots with the sun coming up and stuff, but I know they're hard to see. But look at the way the backdrop quilt looks there. And then this was my favorite clip of the day. I hope it will play for you all. Like I said, I think I'm having some problem with the output on the videos today. But this was just a beautiful, beautiful quilt made of batiks. I believe it might be a Judy Niemeyer Quiltworks pattern, but just blowing out there in the wind. A beautiful park. And just, it really was a great, great day. The weather was wonderful. We have definitely expanded the show, which was great. We had a lot of new vendors out there. So anyways, that video, a little bit larger recap video, is coming up for you this coming Wednesday. So please check that out. Like I said, there are links for all of the videos in the past few weeks in the description below today. And I'm going to take a moment here before I sign off and just come look through the comments. And, oh, that's right, Judy, you remember watching me make a drum? Yeah, my wife still dances almost every Wednesday night to that African-inspired drumming as well. And let me make sure I'm not missing any comments or questions. If you have a question that I can answer for you, something that you've seen in the video, something that I've said, you may as well just retype it right now, folks. And that way it'll be at the bottom of my comment feed. It'll make it easier for me to find it here. I have had several comments today, and I appreciate that. You are right, back issues are no fun, but really, at least this one I know will be temporary. Oh yes, and those of you who weren't paying attention here, our wonderful friend Carl Sass has got power again. He's got a fresh shower a few days back. So Carl was right there in St. Petersburg, Florida in the eye of the storm last week, and he was without power for several days. And what did he do? He went and painted sewing machines, of course. That's what you do when you don't have power. I was wondering if it was too humid for rattle canning, but usually it's too cold here for rattle canning. So Carl, it turned out beautiful. When you're ready to share the photos, please do with everybody in the group. And all right, let me see if I'm missing any questions here. I would hate to leave you hanging. Oh, that's my question about the soup stalling out. There was a question, is how do you know if you've received or if you've actually registered for the New Year's Day? Okay, so you're doing it by putting in your email on stitchinheaven.com. There's a page that you go to. It says register for the event. So not your regular newsletter registration for stitchinheaven.com, but there's a specific page. You click on the banner when you get to stitchinheaven.com. It takes you there. You scroll down a little ways and click register or sign up for event. It's one of those two buttons. That email is going to generate an automatic response back to you. And that's going to have the soup recipe, and that's going to have the supply list also with the homework included. However, because it's an automated response and we have a lot of participants, I think we're over 2,000 now, we It's very possible it's in your spam folder is what I'm trying to say. So we will obviously be posting, and maybe it's time now we can put up a PDF that you could just download for the soup recipe, something like that. We really need you to email in so we can possibly put you in the prize drawings, right? However, check your spam folder or I have a new email program and it's called the newsletters. And so check there whenever you are sent something as a bulk response. Sometimes they'll be put there, even if we are already one of your accepted emailers because you get our weekly newsletters or our flash email newsletters and things like that. It's a different response. So therefore it's not impossible it ended up in your spam folder. Okay, that was a great question. Long answer. I answered Carl's question for you. Yes, he made it out of the storms, painting sewing machines the whole time. I see Mary's out there and grateful for the retreat center. Mary, it was wonderful to have you and meet you, to have you at the retreat center and to meet you there. Check out my personal Facebook page. I think there's a picture you're going to like there. Okay, looks like I've got all the questions. Looks like I have all the questions answered for the day. And Jeanette, thank you for commenting that you heard me say I love learning. I really do. I think we all should because there's so many things to learn. And remember, one of the best ways to learn, folks, is to teach others. Really, I remember that I was in a math class and we were able to do peer tutoring. And I was one of the students who was asked to be one of the tutors because I liked math. I make quilts, right? I like math. And so at any rate, I just remember even improving my skills because if you can explain how to do something, then you can certainly redo it yourself. So yes, I love learning. I love sharing. I love teaching. And I appreciate you picking up on that comment. I guess I didn't realize I had said that, but it is really true. I need to keep my hands occupied, but I don't want to use the word bored, so I become interested in something new. How's that sound? Interested in something new. We can always put a spin on it. All right, folks, great to have you here today. I hope you have an incredibly wonderful weekend coming up. Check out some of the videos in the past few weeks if you haven't already seen them. Just really enjoy putting those together for you. And if you have any questions in the future, you can email me, rob@stitchinheaven.com. I believe I've got the email link coming up right there. And until we see you all next week, folks, please remember to stay well. We appreciate you being here. Thank you so very much. Let me put up that little end screen. Thank you.